All right.
Welcome back, alchemists. This is Abundance Thursdays with myself, Gualter Amarelo, and the great Vinney Smile Chopra. Vinney, where are you calling from today?
Oh boy, I walked today already, so I'm in the backyard. I just came out here. I know my wife and her sisters are here. They're having fun, exercising. So I didn't want to disturb them. And I just came out in the backyard. I said, okay, let's just talk from here. That's my office in the background. You can't see much, but you could see the scenery though. So that's the view from my office every day when I'm there working or enjoying, I say, it's good to enjoy life. And we were just talking about that was E40 right over there. E40 lives
So
over
the
there.
rapper, the rapper
Yeah, the
E40, that's their
rapper.
house.
Look at that right there. And, we have had a lot of, again, it's all because of the success in real estate, I say, and I hope everybody listening to us are in that frame of mind uh, to get into real estate at certain level. Of course, you can be passive investor. That way you can have streams of income, or you can be active investor, but do have real estate in your life, in your portfolio, in your investments.
I like that as a good way to start this episode. So we're actually going to make this one uh, because of Vinny. Vinny's asked, can we do more of a year-end excitement, recap? What are the goals? The principle this Saturday will be Wealth Principle 8. It is don't save for a rainy day, save to invest. So I
Yeah.
think that just talking with Vinny is already a sign of like we know we save our money for investments. We're not
Yes.
spending on just saving for a rainy day. So diving into the year recap, Vinny, what do you think a lot of people are facing right now as they get to the end of the year? This is the 28th, or December 28th, 2023. Uh, Folks have seen interest rates rise like 17 times in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
We have seen some shaky, scary real estate deals happen. We've seen companies just go belly up and lose their portfolios. We've seen banks belly up.
Yep.
And uh, we have a year from now we have an election coming. There's some interesting stuff happening in the market. Um, why are you so positive still? Why are you still so happy and positive with all of the weird stuff that's happening, right?
Oh my gosh. I think the life is such that one has to have faith. I would say faith is number one. And also always be thinking whatever is happening in our life, I say that all the time, whatever is happening in our life had to happen. And if we accept that, Walter, then it becomes less blow of a thing. It's good to really be always thinking how you can pivot your business. We talked about that. COVID came 2020. I mean, lots of businesses, revenues went down, everything happened, right? Then the interest rate hikes came, everything. So one has to not be stationary, but one has to be thinking, what next can I do to take care of the realities of life? That's what it is. It's the realities of life, and we need to pivot ourselves in business, in the diversification. I know today we were talking about savings. We always should be saving for the rainy day, but not for the rainy day. Put them into a low interest savings account or anything, but make your money work. That's the key thing. Velocity of money. We have talked about that before. So I think my thinking is, whatever happened this year, 2023, rejoice, reset, get re-excited. So 3 hours. Just enjoy, just be gratitude, give gratitude to whatever has happened this year. Doesn't matter, good, bad, ugly, whatever happened. We can't change it. We cannot change even last 30 seconds. So why should we live in the past? Learn from the past, which I always have believed in, and let's move with the gusto, with no fear, and change the direction right now. What is going to fixing to happen in 2024? If we don't change our attitude, our mindset that it's going to be a great year, 2024, it won't be. It will not be. It will be very, very slow year. and we'll be back again, trying to say, okay, what should I do? What should I not do? And so forth. So I really believe this is the time to goal set. In my mastermind last night, that's where we talked about, let's look at what happened this year, put it to rest, learn from it, but set some very high goals, BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goals. In Built to Last book, I remember I learned that many years back. You got to stretch yourself, be uncomfortable. Just don't be in the comfort zone.
Yeah.
A lot of people listen to me. They say, how can you be so positive? You know what? You can't afford not to be. You got to have faith and be as positive as you can, but be realistic. And that's the name of the game right now. We need to be setting goals. We need to, you are on it, by the way, on the panel next Monday, January 1st, with Bo and I, and we are doing crush2024.com. And I hope everybody goes and registers because we'll be dropping these great hacks and superpowers of successful people in USA into your email every day. 31 clippings, and we will be recording even more. Bo and I are discussing already how we could even drop in January, then February, and all those things, and get feedback, and maybe do it, so that people can implement those things. It's not listening, it's not watching a TV show or clipping, or but it's what can I take from that clipping, what can I implement in my business, and how I can grow.
So Crush 2024 actually ties in quite a bit with some of the positivity that you're talking about, staying, psychologically in the right place. I think people are obsessed with social media, but when you shift it and the social media becomes valuable, that obsession actually can move a person forward, right? As long as the stuff they're doing says, here's how you get where you're looking to go, here's what you need to do, and here's who can get it done with you. It's going to create a much better situation for everybody who's taking action in 2024. Now, one of the things that did work out very well for you was real estate in 23. Like you've done very well with your deals. You've been selling deals. You've literally had some deals. I think you did a hotel where you bought it for 30 million, sold it for 60 million. This has been an amazing year. Now, what are some of the strategies you're doing right now to not pay taxes on all of these gains? Because I have the same thing. I had a $1.6 million gain this year on my real estate business, and it's like, oh man,
Yes.
like I made a mistake, Vinny. I didn't tax plan very well this year, so I will end up with some sort of bill. What are you suggesting to investors? What are you doing for your investors? I know you have your funds. I'm sure they have some depreciation on them, or they've got some
Right.
sort of losses on them. So what are you doing? Can you talk about that just for a little bit, as so we can all stay positive if we're making a lot of money and if we made
No,
because
you're so right. Gualter, the key thing is it's end of the year. So actually, tax planning needs to be every month, I say, or every quarter. And now we can not do much at all, to be truthful. Last 3, 4 days are left in this year. We got to be able to look at where we made money, equity gains, or sales of products and all. Where is your active income gains in stock market? It's been a very big year in stock market, for lots of people. But the key thing is you got to plan better each and every month. Actually, have your CPA share with them, during the year what you are doing, what you're buying, what you're selling, so that they could even consult with you and help you. I know there are CPA coaches and there are CPA, preparers, right? Who do your taxes, but there is a lot of coaches are also there. So having said that, the biggest thing I'd like to look at is heavy depreciation. What is heavy or accelerated depreciation? That's when you buy or build something, when you are able to occupy that property. If it's a hotel, if I'm building it while construction, there is no depreciation because it's been built. But then, of course, when you open it up, open the door, it's operational. My assisted livings and hotels and apartments, if it's already built, I buy. The day I buy, even if I buy today, I still get depreciation for the whole year, by the way, up to December 31st. Maybe some people don't know that, but you could buy a deal today and then you can, do accelerated depreciation. Bonus depreciation is 80% this year. It's going to be less next year, 60% on all that. I'm not a CPA, want to put a disclaimer, not an attorney. But the key thing is there are ways to really cut down your tax bill and get educated. I think that's the big thing I would say. There are so many books out there. There are so many videos out there how to reduce your taxes, and then get help in education as well as in consulting.
I've got this itching idea to do a course called Tax Strategies for the Ultra Rich, Vinny. You actually inspired me with the idea about 2 years ago. You said, tax strategies for the ultra rich, it's something that we should do.
Yeah.
So that may be something, because I know right now everybody's thinking about it. Like you said, nothing they can do, but everybody's
Yes.
thinking about it now and saying now is the time to start planning for next year and what we're going to be doing
Yes.
in 2024. So I like that. Uh, how do you take the year? Because you said you set goals with your community last night with all of your mentor students. How do you take the year and say,
Yes.
2024, I know what I can accomplish. This is my big BHAG. This is the big, audacious, hairy goal. But like I know I can also accomplish it. Like how do you decide on those targets? Like how should somebody who's listening to this right now be looking at their life? We got 3 days left to the year, and they're seeing this on Facebook and saying, "Okay, Vinny, you're a billionaire. You're going to go do these big things. But what about me? What about this person who's maybe sitting on $250,000, possibly equity or in cash or." It'd be a different goal setting for somebody who's sitting on absolutely no money. If you're sitting on no money, go sell something. But let's say somebody's sitting on $250,000 or $500,000, and they want to increase it next year. They want to maybe double it over the next 2 or 3 years. How would a person
Yeah.
set goals like that?
I would say definitely, real estate diversification, I always say, is the key thing. Please look at where you are in real estate. Of course, stock market has been good this year. We don't know what will happen next year, but the ETFs and all low cost or low fees, we call them, right? All these different mutual funds are very good way to do that. If you want to be passive investor, look for some great operators. Look for great operators. There are lots of them out there that you could invest with them 100,000, 50,000, 150,000, so on. In my case, we did start that hospitality fund, like as you mentioned, 100,000, 100 million. But we were going to build with 10 million first and 10 million in the senior assisted living, but we couldn't buy much. I mean, the interest rates were so high. We were going to buy that hotel, Comfort Suites over there in Arizona. We walked away because more and more we looked into it, Gualter. We just couldn't see where the construction cost and everything and the facility which we had. So you have to change your course. I'm giving you examples because me also, I like to not be rigid in my thinking and I want to pivot myself, right? So I put those on the back burner because now I'm starting something little different because the time calls for it. Distressed asset. These are not distressed. They are A plus multifamily in Texas and in Florida. We are going to be only in those two states, my partner and I, and we are just raising $75 million strategic income fund. I think I might have mentioned, before also. So my emphasis is to raise money in that fund, which is a beautiful fund where we'll be coming to save the day for other syndicators, big operators like us and my partner. And the key thing is we will save their day with right lock or for increase in insurance cost or where they cannot do a capital call. We'll come in right behind the bank. So we'll be the bank, and then we'll be able to get some high percentage returns, of course, and we'll be watching. We'll be doing all the legal paperwork and everything. So I'm just saying all this to say, don't just be stuck with one thing. If you put some money into it, you have to see if that is what is going to bring the benefits to your investors. See, we could not buy anything, right? And there will be some changes coming, but the prices of the real estate have not come down. There have been some foreclosures and all that, and in 24, there will be some more happening as the mortgages come due, bridge loans come due, things like that. But the key thing is to pivot and then go all out to raising money. See, the thing is, you got to really be sure that you are able to raise money. I'm just looking this little something notification came on my phone.
So you've been talking about raising money. You've been talking about pivoting for a lot. Like you've been saying this all year long is like, hey, find out the right thing for you. Raise capital. It's really important. This fund that you're doing and the problems you're solving, we're seeing that in the same deal we're doing right now. The operator messed up, and we're taking over. You're actually letting the operator stay in the deal, right? Like the operator
Yes,
stays in the deal. You're just coming in as a partner that's bringing the extra capital, bringing the extra
yes,
strategic skills to renegotiate and get the deal to the right place.
yeah.
So that's a model I don't think a lot of people are aware of. And your fund, one of the reasons it works so well for you and your investors is it's passive. And I'm just breaking this down for myself because there's already operators in place, there's already assets in place, they've already done all the initial funding and getting it all done. You're just now coming in and cleaning up some of the fact that interest rates went up. That's the solution you're solving, is that interest rates went up on these deals.
So true. It's only good for about year and a half. We've been looking at it for about 6, 7 months. It's ready to launch next week, which is very exciting. It took us that long. So
Yeah.
I think the big thing I would like to say is that this is short-lived as the interest rates come down and when the operators are able to make their payments and everything, and they don't have to worry about injection of capital, then our fund will be, not be able to, we'll be able to buy other stuff. The key thing is we want to be sure that we are helping. There is a niche, always there is a niche. And I hope everybody looks at it and see where are you at in your business? How can you bring value to your clientele or new clientele? And how can you grow and help more people?
This is cool because you said it's short term. The window of opportunity is short term, but the
Yes,
fund you're getting equity in these deals. So the fund's still going to make
yes,
money long after the window of opportunity closes. You're just moving quickly because of that window. And
yes.
I just like sometimes you speak so intelligently and so concisely that I miss some things, but my brain just caught that you also are in Florida and one of the problems you're solving is insurance. And we know that insurance went crazy in Florida. So there's a lot of operators with really beautiful properties and everything's going up in value in Florida. So you're actually
Yes.
solving two problems. You're solving the insurance problem, which you're negotiating with the strategies you have, and you're solving the fact that interest rates went up and people are having a hard time with the refinances and getting themselves at a better spot. So very cool strategy, Vinny. I see what you're doing. I know you've been talking about this for the past couple of months about putting it all into place. So it's nice to be a week away. If somebody wanted to invest in a deal like this, because this is not a normal deal. Like this is A plus plus property. These are like really high quality properties. This is jumping in.
Correct.
And, it's a short-lived area. I don't know what we can even say about this because like I don't think this isn't a regulation C, right? So like we have
It is C,
it
yes. It
is. We
is
can
a
talk about whatever we want.
506C for accredited investors only. We can talk about it. That's how I
Okay.
can talk. And then we can share the, prospectus and all that. Of course, for accredited investors, they are making 200,000 a year or 300 in the household, or you have $1 million net worth, not including your primary residence. So that's the one we play in, and there is a website ready. Then NAV Consulting will be managing the fund in the back end. Everything is going to be online. We have hired all the right people at the right place, and then we'll be able to do webinars and things and shoot it out to our investors list, which is a huge one, by the way. There's so many investors who have been, in our list and my partners list and so forth. So we'll be giving them opportunity. And again, it is educational. You got to really learn to see where we are coming from. In the fund, we'll have 10 to 12 different assets. We'll be having different cities. The assets there'll be A plus class, very well sorted out. Our syndicators have to have at least half a billion in their portfolio to even for us to consider. So, when you bring something like that, you want to really be risk aversive. You want to really protect the wealth of the investors, and you want to be sure that you are working with the right operators, because we don't want to invest money in a doom and gloom deal. We want to be in the multifamily space. We talked about that ourselves, the whole thing.
This is a space you've been in for the last two
Yes,
decades. It's
16
what
years.
you know. It's 16 years. It's what you
Yeah.
and your partners know. I
Mhm.
love that it's multifamily, Vinny, because for a little while you were doing the other asset classes, and I was just
Yes.
like, oh man, like I want to learn those, but I love multifamily. I just for the
Yes.
next 10, 20, 30 years, I feel really strongly about it, and it's what you're good at. It's what you've been
You
doing for so
cannot
long.
go wrong. You cannot go wrong. Multifamily, as a lot of people know, it's 5 units or more commercial. Even a duplex is a multifamily because it's more than one. So just start with a duplex or triplex or fourplex and 5 units and 10, 15, 20. That's how I did. We still own the duplex in Odessa, Texas. And we bought our first unit, 14 units for
Yeah.
180,000. It's worth 1.8 million now. We sold it.
I
But
just got
it's
off the
okay.
phone. I just got a phone with a guy. We were doing a call, and he told me that he wants to invest in real estate, but he did
Yes.
in the past, and he got burned. He had an 8 unit, and he wasn't managing it well. Then it was a pain in the butt in 2006. Lost everything. So I told him, I was like, yeah, don't do it that way, right? You're a very successful person in your business. You have money on the sideline. You still need to invest in real estate, but don't do it yourself if you can't be trusted to manage the properties. It makes more sense to go and put it with an asset manager who can actually do it
Exactly.
the right way. So there's
Totally. In
there's
that
people
neighborhood,
learning.
in that
Like,
zip code, you could Google. There'll be lots of property management companies who are managing assets just as group size. I always say that. Talk to the property management companies in the local zip code where you are trying to buy or whatever, or you bought already. But ask them, hey, I'm interviewing few companies in this zip code, and I would love to meet with you on Zoom or whatever and find out lots of questions. And we have 34 questions. If anybody would like to get those questions, just DM Gualter, and we could put it in the academy, brother. Let's do
I like it.
that. Oh, I love
Yeah,
it.
we'll put it inside. We'll put it inside your academy, the syndication
Yeah,
academy.
exactly.
So you just said something, and I gotta retrace it. So if you weren't listening, Vinny said buy a duplex, buy a three family, buy a four family, something early on.
Yeah.
And I caveated it with saying, hey, just pass it. They take a 250,000 and passively invest into some syndicator's deal. If you don't have the 250,000, don't try to buy a 10 unit or a 20 unit or a 40 unit. Go buy what you will buy. Buy what you feel comfortable
Yes.
with, whatever you actually can close on. Get something done this year, because even Vinny started with a two family. I started with a
Yep.
single family. You
Yep.
can get something started this year, because
Yeah.
right after you close, now your confidence level goes up, and now you're more aware. 2 or 3 years from now, just that one property could be the 250,000 that lets you passively invest in other things. Like you were just saying, Vinny, like you $800,000 of equity out of nowhere, just because
So
you held
true.
it long enough.
So true, so true. Please take that asset. I mean, people say people who are rich, they have 90% of the people who got rich, they had some money in their real estate,
Real estate.
actively or passively. So do look into different investments, try to learn them. I mean, instead of time spending here and there, try to get consulting. That way you will understand a little bit better about the risks involved and how you could really put your savings to make more money, make your money grow.
I like it. I like it. So you mentioned diversification. If you don't have $100,000, don't diversify yet. Like, just go into the real estate space, focus on your business, your sales, your marketing. Like $10,000 is not going to do anything in crypto. It'd have to go up 1,000 times in order for you to have $1 million. It's near impossible. Same with the stock market. If you only have little amounts of money, under 100,000, really focusing on leverage and real estate and business, like that makes the most sense. So I know everybody listens to this. There's a lot of different people super high net worth, people who are just getting started, millionaires, multimillionaires, whatever your goals are for this year, take the advice that Vinny put out there. Get real estate as one of your goals. Put it in there as one of your goals and have your personal goals, your fitness goals. So before we jump off, Vinny, what is your fitness goal this year? I know you do Miracle Morning every year. What are you doing to stay active and healthy?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said it. Aerobic exercising. I'm going to be adding more, also walking. I love to walk every day, 7 days a week. Of course, eating right is so important for fitness. It's not just walking, exercising, going to gym, but eating right and not eating too many snacks. I don't really eat, and doing that, intermittent fasting is amazing. Try to eat everything in 8 hour window. 16 hours, don't eat anything. And that has really helped me in reducing my weight. Reducing weight is a big thing. Everybody listening or watching us, please set a goal to reduce few pounds. Why not? If you're already, right age, I mean, weight, don't worry. But try to reduce, because if you're 10 pounds more in weight, it's almost like a bowling ball. If you go to a bowling alley and you pick up a 10-pound ball. That's what we are
That's what it is.
carrying with us. That's what we are carrying with
That's
us,
so
brother.
good.
If it's 10 pounds too much, look in the mirror and you also picture a bowling ball next to you. And
Wow.
that's in your stomach. No, no, no. Or somewhere, So
That's usually where it
metaphorically,
starts. It starts in the stomach, right in that area. So you've
to
got
reduce weight,
a
exercise, and get your heartbeat up. In I was reading that book, Getting Younger Each Year,
yeah,
right? Or Younger Next Year, like
younger
that.
younger every year.
Younger every year. The key thing is it's mentally, then it's physically, body wise, and doing exercising and moving. That's the other part, right? You got to move, and a lot of us spend so much time in front of laptops and computers, all that. So try to really get in the rhythm every hour, standing up. I know I watch, the Apple Watch kind of lets you also do that. Different things. The big thing is put even alarm or something, or even appointment, or notification to yourself, 3 times a day, saying that stand up and, move around and things like that, right? The other thing, which is standing up tall, that's something, I'm just sitting down right now, but, standing tall is huge. And standing straight is so big, because you do want to keep your spine straight. And that will do wonders for us as we get younger and younger each year. So those
That's
are some
fantastic.
fitness things and hacks that I want to implement even more of and make it a habit. I mean, the problem is many times we do it for few days, Gualter, but we don't
True.
do it as a habit. We just need to do it as a habit.
Vinny, I love it, man. I'm incorporating yoga into my year, and
Ah,
I'm think I'm gonna do some of that. Like you suggested, some of the high intensity, some of the movement. Uh,
yes.
I did the year of leg day. I have 3 days left, so I've accomplished a full year of leg day. My body is finally evened out a little bit,
Love it.
and
Love
uh,
it. Love it.
I love the intermittent fasting. I'm going to incorporate that with you as well. Um, awesome, brother. What can we do? Final goal. I know you got to go and I got to go, but final goal for your spouse. What are you doing to spend more time with your kids, with your wife, with Concha
You
and
know,
the kids?
that is so good what you're saying, brother. It's not what we are really doing, making money and this and spending time in the office on the laptop and all. What's the real deal? I mean, why are we doing? So we got to be rethinking our special time with spouse and loved ones and children, and give them more time. How can I give them more time? By scheduling it on the computer, because on my calendar, so that we have the memories, the vacations, and spending every moment as much as we can to make memories. That's the key. So I hope we encourage, and I would love to challenge everybody to increase that time 4 times, 5 times next year. And we can do it. It's so interesting that we can accomplish a lot more in less time if we have goals set for doing it. I remember in my previous job, just to let you know, little hack, I would always do business by 12 o'clock Wednesday. And after 12 o'clock, I was totally with my wife. Amazing. What? Right in the middle of the day, a week, I would just be looking forward to spending time. And it was on my calendar, it was booked. So nobody could book me for that time on Wednesday after 12. Just a small hack, you know. And the big thing is, your time with yourself is so important. Just block it off on the calendar. On Calendly, nobody needs to know who's got your appointment with. It could be making memories, going on vacations. Just block it off. 2024, block off for all these weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, all those times that you want to spend time with your family.
With that being said, for each of you out there, from my heart, from Vinny's heart, this is
Yes.
Abundance Thursdays every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our goal is to build millionaires and help you build each other up and have really good quality lives with the abundance mindset. We know that it's possible for you to live to the highest quality of life that you deserve. Vinny, any piece of advice before we jump out of here?
I would say, thank you. And we pay gratitude, myself, Vinney Chopra, and Gualter Amarelo, everybody who's been following us, giving us love, and giving us great comments and inspiring us, every week. And we love to do this show, Abundance Mindset, with both of us. And please let us know, how can we come in your life? How can we help you? How can we really take your business to the next level in all the relationships and everything? And God bless you. Pay gratitude to everybody and thank everybody more than ever we have, because by thanking, by giving the positive energy, by making everybody's day and moments the best day of their lives, they will bring back so much joy to you, joy to the world, and joy to everybody. Happiness, and smile always.
Cheers to your success. When you have a choice, always work with the best. We'll see you next week. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.